You right guys, so today we're going to be doing beef cheeks, something that you can get in the UK in comparison to what you can get in the USA. Tends to be just as good in the respect of loads of collagens within the meat. Not only that, you've got less preparation. With that being said, let's just have a quick look. That one, I'm going to do absolutely nothing to. This one, might just trim that little bit off there. And then just, there's a little tiny hanging off. And that is it. All the prep I need to do on them as far as I'm concerned. I'm just looking there, look, he says he's going to do no trimming, but that's it. Look, there was one bit hanging off there. What I'm going to do today, I'm just going to add a rub that I've got. It has got sugar, but that's all right. We're doing low and slow, so it's not going to burn up or anything like that. So we got coarse black pepper, go over, pretty healthy sprinkling. Then just turn them over. Give them a good coating. So next, what we're going to do is get this Aaron Franklin steak rub. Now it's got mushroom powder in it, which does add quite an umami flavour, which isn't a bad thing. So we're going to add that now. This rub I've used on a brisket recently and it is awesome, so why not use it? If you got it, use it. Turn it over. Let's go nice and high so you can get quite a nice even coating. Get those sides for the excess you got there. You don't have to use a rub. You can just use coarse black pepper, 2 parts black pepper, 1 part salt. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put these on a wire rack in the fridge overnight just to dry brine them, and then we'll get them on the grill tomorrow, nice low and slow. If you're scared of doing brisket, or you're a little bit like unsure of doing a brisket, you don't want to spend all that money as well, this stuff's pretty cheap, especially here in the UK, and the flavour is on point as well, I've got to say. So with that being said, let's put these to bed in the fridge overnight, and I'll see you in the morning. Just over the 3-hour mark. It has been sitting just above 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Basically, sometimes that's how it goes. Normally I can keep it down a bit lower than that, but it's just, yeah, it's a hot day and sometimes that's how it goes. I have not opened this since we shot it last on camera, so we'll see how they're getting on. I've got my spray bottle. Give them a spray if needed. I'm not going to open it for long at all. Sometimes by opening it up for too long it can cause the charcoal to flare up, and I want to keep it as low as possible. I've got the bottom vent pretty much shut, top vent just about half, so let's have a quick look. Nope, they're looking perfect. A little bit dry around there. That one's not looking too bad. They are feeling very tight. So we've still got a long way to go, and we will confit these in something rather special, and I'll show you that in a bit. So we'll give them at least another 2 hours. Catch you in a couple of hours, guys. Okay, so as I said, we're going to do something a little bit different. We've got wagyu beef tallow that we're going to be confitting these in. Also bone marrow melt. Now you can get these from John Davidson's online, but I managed to pick these up at my local Booker's. So we're just going to stick 3 of those in. So we're going to stick this in the Weber Summit and leave it for another half hour. Then we'll put those beef cheeks straight into that and confit them for at least another 2 or 3 hours. Now that is only going to be good. Get in. Okay, so we're now at the 5 hour mark. As you can see, most of that wagyu tallow's melted. All of the bone marrow has melted, but there's a little bit of tallow in there that's still not quite melted. As you can see, they've got pretty good bark on these, they're looking good. I've got heat-proof gloves on, that's why I'm able to hold this, just so you know. Must get some of them, they are very, very handy to have, to be fair. They were still pretty tight, so don't worry if you're at this stage, even if you're in like a 4 or 5 hour part of the cook and you're worried because they're still really tight, it doesn't matter. You're putting them in this to get them nice and juicy and succulent and render right down so they almost fall apart. We'll probe them to check so we don't go too far. And that is it, literally. I'm just gonna carry on as they are in that, and we'll check on them in a couple of hours. I'll probe them, see how they're feeling, and then we'll go from there. Maybe go 3 hours. We'll just have to wait and see. See you in a bit. Okay, so we're going to take these out and we're going to let them rest in that confit for about half hour, 40 minutes. I'm going to put them in the shade with a tin foil on, put them to one side, and then we'll slice into them. Okay guys, so a quick recap. We've done 5 hours in the Weber Summit at 250, thereabouts. Then we confit them, that bone marrow melt, and also obviously that wagyu beef tallow. To be fair, you could just use beef fat, lard as it's known in the UK, or beef dripping. It's been resting for a good 45 minutes to an hour after that total cook time of 8 hours, 3 hours confit. So we're going to slice into it. I mean, you could pull it and have it just completely pulled, but yeah, look at that, guys. That is some real good barbecue. I'm loving the bark. As I say, this is so much more forgiving than brisket. If you're like a little bit concerned or worried about cooking brisket because you don't want to like risk that much money's worth of stuff, have a play with these, guys. See how you get on, because it's juicy as you like. It's going to go well in sandwiches, tacos, you name it. It's going to be good. So what we're going to do, we're going to get one of these. Well, to be honest, you only need one slice. A few pickled onions, red onions. I mean, you could add all sorts. You could do what you want. You could put some cheese in here. But personally, I like to keep it simple. Can't go wrong with a bit of country bobs. Just wrap that up. Give it a try. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that this is better than brisket. Dare I say it? 100%. Good stuff. That is pure melt in your mouth. What can I say? Super simple, super easy to do. A long cook, yes, I must admit, very true. But if you want Texas style barbecue at your house in the UK for very cheap, go get you some beef cheeks. They're awesome, super simple to do. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like and a share if you can. Stick a thumbs up to let YouTube know you liking what you're seeing. And remember, subscribe, it's totally free to subscribe. Doesn't cost you a penny, and it helps us as a small channel out massively. Until then, go cook something exceptional, and I'll see you when I see you. Cheers guys.